को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends. A very warm welcome to our business opportunity over chai. And this special edition Business Opportunity over Chai will help you to understand the greatest business opportunities that we Franchise India specially brings for you. Business Opportunity over Chai presented by management team of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Maria, Chairman at Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, MD at Franchise India Brands Limited. Every day, 12 o'clock, we launch a new brand to explore new business opportunities. Today, we have invited a great brand come from the origin of Nellore, one of the leading ladies' nightwear and loungewear brand manufacturers. Started in 2001, Charak is one of the leading nightwear and loungewear manufacturer in Andhra Pradesh. Entire the production is carried in-house with designing, cutting, embroidery, stitching, finishing is carrying out in-house production. Complete retailer and consumer satisfaction is attained as their products are fashionable and have always been a fast-moving in customer retail outlet. To know more about this business opportunity, we have invited the team of Charak, Mr. Manoj, the co-founder. But before inviting them over the stage, I would like to introduce Mr. Ashok Kumarji, who is a consultant who made this entire project ready to get our investor who are looking to invest in this particular business. So, welcome Manojji over this platform.
Good morning, all.
Yes, sir. You can. We wanted to know, sir, how you started this brand and about your mission and vision behind the scenes.
Okay. Well, this brand is started in 2001. Like, the founders of this brand has got rich experience in textile industry. From the past 4 decades, they have this cloth experience. So they have very good experience in cloth field. Basically, they were trading cloths. So and then they wanted to take this into next level. So that's how they started this company. So we started in 2001 as a garment manufacturer, and right now currently we are one of the leading nighty manufacturers in South India, supplying to leading stores across Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu as well. And we carry the entire production process in house. Once we get the fabric, starting from like how you design it, developing it, and the entire cutting process, embroidery, stitching, finishing, everything is taken care of in-house only. So we have a dedicated team at each and every department, and we would like to take it to the next level. That's where we are now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Manojji. I think it's a very interesting to know, like within a very short span of time that you have expanded your business in southern markets, starting from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu, and you have basically retail network presence of like in 500 stores. So these are your distribution centers, you can say. You are primarily in the distribution, but now you are exploring basically or bringing franchisee opportunities for my exclusive brand outlets. And you all already carry like a full back end, basically starting from manufacturing and up to the retail. So entire supply chain is managed by the brand. So I think it brings a good value to the investor and basically for the franchisee partners. Right. So I'll share my screen. We will walk through the presentation and we'll see what is the value position, what are basically investment, and what are the markets open for our franchisee partners. I think we will discuss those elements in the presentation. So Charak, they are primarily basically into nightwear. So in this presentation, we have three sections. One is first brand introduction. Second one is the industry landscape. And third portion is the franchisee proposal. So about the brand, I think Mr. Manoj has already explained about the business because they carry the in-depth knowledge of the industry and they have been working in the industry for last 4 decades. And so it was started in 2001, and they have basically a market. They are the market leader in southern Indian markets. So why Charak? So because they are the manufacturer of nightwear and loungewear products. They are into the wholesale retail in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu. They have the basically industry in-depth knowledge and expertise in the sector, and plus they deliver high quality products. So they are more into the production side. Now, if you look at our expansion plan, so after receiving a whole good appreciation in the market from the customers, we are planning to expand our business through exclusive brand outlets. Primarily for now, we are targeting southern Indian markets only, and then we want to take it this opportunity at pan-India level. Now let's have some of the industry landscape. So overall, Indian apparel industry is around $66 billion, and it is going to be around $99 billion in the next 3-4 years. So if you look at the market size, so increasing demand is your almost basically growth rate is 100% in the next 5 years. If you look at the apparel industry, it is the second largest market after food and grocery. So people spend more money on basically apparel, and it accounts for around 8% of the total retail market size in India. So that is a very significant market for you. Right, and apparel industry, retail market. If you look at the apparel industry, there's 2 segments. One is basically your traditional players, or you can say local manufacturers, plus you have a branded manufacturers. If you look at the basically shift towards the branded products, in the consumer is increasing at a rapid scale. So people prefer more to buy branded products as compared to the local brands. So total market, we have looked at around in 2021, it is basically $81 billion. This is the again a report by Statista, Technopark, Avendus, Deloitte. So we have compiled these data from multiple sources to just have a look at the industry insights. If you look at the branded apparel industry, is $32 billion. So that means it is almost around 40% market is basically focused on the branded products. Still, there are the buyers who are not bothered about the brands. They do the purchase based on their economy, basically price, is the major factor, because we Indian markets are very price sensitive, and buyers is also again price sensitive, so they buy cheaper products. But as brand awareness goes up, this market is expected to be like reach like 60% of the apparel industry in the next 4-5 years. So there are two kind of demands that Charak is going to fulfill. One is your incremental demand. Second one is your current market shift. So these are two areas Charak is going to basically focus on. Now look at the bifurcation of the market size. So if you look at the 2018 segmentation of the apparel industry, so 38% basically category is women buyers. This is basically women apparel industry. That's 38%. Is still in 2025, it's going to be 36%. That's basically the second largest component of the whole apparel industry. And women fashion, I think these numbers, I think right now you see like 36%, but this market is going to grow faster than these projections. Even today now, women are spending more money on fashion buy, right? And fast fashion basically again is the new area. So as our per capita income goes up, women empowerment goes up, women employment goes up, the buying power of women goes up. So basically that means this market, instead of 36%, it should be, we expect that this market can go up to at least 40% of the apparel industry size. Now, if you look at the customer base, so who can be our target audience? So the product category that we are bringing based on the quality and price. So all the customer segments, even we have product for everyone. So even it's like a lower income group or lower middle income group or upper middle income group. So all these three segments of the customers, we are going to attack them because the product quality and price. Yes, we are, if there is a high income group, because it is challenging for us and for anyone basically to change the mindset once person is already like brand focused, right? So we are considering, yes, even high income group, some of the customer will buy our products. We are not saying will not convert. Yes, definitely will convert. But the so we are saying we are bringing products for all income groups. Right now, apparel industry growth in drivers in India. So as I think pointers that I've highlighted, basically women clothing fashion basically is more comfortable anytime buying. So women has the more buying capacity and more buying power. Lifestyle changing in lifestyle, like Western culture influence, your other parameters that I've highlighted, like women employment, women earnings. So these factors goes up, definitely we are going to see the higher growth in the market. Second thing, this market is not only in the metro cities and tier 1 cities. This nightwear fashion basically is also witnessed like reaching out to the tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities. Even in the smaller towns and villages, you see the demand for these kinds of products. So future looks promising in this business segment. So what is the unique value proposition that we are bringing for our franchisee partners to start with the exclusive brand outlet for Charak? So we are bringing basically best quality products at affordable price. As compared to the branded players, you will get the better quality at affordable price, cheaper than the branded basically players. So that is the value we are bringing. And second thing, my franchisee partner, they are going to have our entire range of products that we manufacture. Second thing, we are going to share higher profit margins to my franchisee partners as compared to distribution network. Okay. So entire production will be taken care by the Charak. So my franchisee should not be bothered about the product supply and management. So entire inventory will be managed by the company, and the stocks will be supplied on the regular basis. Right. And we are bringing basically your nightwear and loungewear products at best price. Yes, we make high quality fashion accessible for all women. We promises to cater basically simple yet stylish cloth and affordability. Yes, so fashion, basically we have in-house design team. So we are bringing regular new fashions, new styles to the market. Our fashion is again, we are minimalistic in fashion, but our products are loved by everyone in the region. Now, franchisee proposal. So in franchisee proposal, we have looked at franchisee-owned, franchisee-operated, and franchisee-owned company-operated. Two formats we have evaluated for now. So we are bringing two opportunities. One is for the investors who are the passive investors who does not have the time to invest in the business, and they cannot allocate full time, but they have like financial bandwidth to invest in the business, or they have the property at apt location, so they can basically invest in our brand, and where Charak will take care of all the operations, including your expenses of the store and running the store. Second one is my franchisee-owned, franchisee-operated model. So FOFO is open for the all southern Indian markets. So where my franchisee who acts as a operator, so they have to do the entire operations. They have to give time to the business, and there they can make higher profits and higher margins in this business. So now let's have a look at the FOCO opportunity. So FOCO opportunity, we are open only for the 5 locations, because company has his basically it's a network. They have their warehouses in these cities, and we can easily manage this network. So here we are inviting franchisee-owned, franchisee-owned and company-operated model. So partner, they can invest in FOCO model. So their investment, we are looking at an area of 500 square feet. It can be optimized to like 400 or 500, 600 square feet. But ideal size that we need is 500 square feet. Initial investment in store outlet setup, interior equipment, that is around 8 lakh rupees. 2 lakh rupees the one-time franchisee fees, and against this franchisee fees, here basically brand is putting the all-time setting up the outlet, and franchisee is the owner of this outlet. Franchisee has to provide an inventory deposit of 10 lakh rupees, and annual sales that we are expecting around 56 lakh rupees for the year. My franchisee gets basically 15% minimum guarantee on his investment, that is 10 lakh. So initial capex is your 10 lakh, that includes your 8 lakh rupees is the setup cost plus 2 lakh rupees of franchisee fees. So on 10 lakh rupees, you will get 15% minimum guarantee that will be paid month on month. Second, you will get interest, 6% interest on your inventory deposit. So these two elements, 15% minimum guarantee and 6% of your interest on deposit, you will get on the monthly basis. And you will get basically revenue share of 7%. So if your revenue share of 7% is higher than your minimum guarantee and interest, so balance amount will be paid to the franchisee at the year end. Right? So revenue share, whatever the balance amount remaining, will be paid at the financial year closing. So my average ROI for my franchisee is around 50%, and my franchisee makes basically break even. They recover their money in 33 months, and agreement period that we see for 5 years. So locations: Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, Guntur, and Rajahmundry. So these are the 5 cities right now. We are looking for franchisee owned and company operated partners. My second opportunity is for franchisee owned, franchisee operated model. So people who are looking kind of full-time engagement in the business and who can basically manage and they can generate local demand and they can run daily operations. So the initial investments are almost same. So we are bringing 2 formats for my franchisee owned, franchisee operated partners. One is a 350 square feet and second one is your 500 square feet. So 500 square feet format, your investments remain same. In 350 square feet, your investment is slightly lower. Here we share 35% margin. So on 35% margin, these are the fixed margins that we are sharing with our franchisee partners, and all the discounts like end of season sale or end consumer discount, seasonal discounts. So those discounts will be provided by the brand itself. So my franchisee margins are fixed. These are not affected. And rest, your stock rotation, correction, and supplies will be managed by the company itself. So if you compare basically return on investment, it is higher than your FOCO model because my franchisee partner is fully involved into day-to-day operations. So we are sharing higher returns in terms of FOFO model. Your break even is 18 months or maximum 23 months for FOFO partners, and 5 years is the contract period. So a rollout plan for franchisee owned, franchisee operated units. We have first phase, we are targeting at least 25 outlets in AP and Telangana, and we have shortlisted 15 cities in phase 1. So once we have a good presence in this in these 2 states, and then my second phase is open for Telangana, Karnataka, and Kerala. So another 35 units we have planned for your Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. So who can be our ideal partner profile? So people who are already involved into this apparel store business or retail business, people who are the property owners or investors for FOCO model, entrepreneurs, business families. So anyone can be our franchisee partner. If somebody has the experience of the retail experience or apparel industry experience, they will have an added advantage. They can basically do better sales as compared to the new investor. In terms of support, what kind of support basically brand will provide to our franchisee partners? So of course, starting from the store site selection, site development, your interior design, decorations, all the layouts will be provided by the brand, and franchisee has to do the setup. Consistent stock supplies will be provided. Fixture, furniture, and equipment sourcing. So we will help you in terms of sourcing these equipments. If my franchisee can bring a strong value proposition for like vendors, they can procure these equipment or furniture at better rates. We will consider those options. So there are 2 options. My franchisee can pay the entire amount to the Charak team, and they will do the entire setup of your retail outlet and then hand over the store to you to run it. Second option, basically, they will assist you and you do the entire setup. So ongoing support, of course, new product development will be taken care by the Charak. Charak team will do the frequent audits and advisories on your store performance. Stock rotation correction will be provided by Charak. As we have already explained in this previous slides, so all end of season sale or end consumer discounts will be provided by Charak. And social media handles. So on digital media and social media platform, whatever the marketing material content that required, so my Charak team will provide that. In terms of training, so your staff training, customer interaction training, your store operations guidelines, Charak team will provide you the complete support and hand holding for the initial period of your franchisee store. So with this, I will end the presentation.
Thank you so much, Ashok, for this presentation. And friends, we'll start taking any questions that you have on the business model which has been presented. And we also have Mr. Manoj on the call who would answer all these questions live. At the same time, we are also happy to take any offline calls, meetings to understand the format better. So just to quickly recap the entire opportunity, Charak is primarily their manufacturers of nightwear and loungewear, and their products are available through their retailers in entire AP and Telangana state. And also they are a direct to consumer brand which is selling through platforms and also their own portal. And the entire management of Charak comes with in-depth knowledge and experience in the textile industry and also in the wholesale and retail of clothing business. So Charak is an integrated operator with their in-house production capabilities. And as I mentioned, it's a D2C brand available in physical MBOs and point of sales. As of now, and the opportunity which is being launched, they're looking at partnering with like-minded people for exclusive brand outlets in order to strengthen their brand equity in the market. So there are two models which are on the offering. One is franchisee and company operated, and this is primarily for the city of Hyderabad, which is their main focus. And any locations outside Hyderabad would be franchisee and franchisee operated model. So on a franchisee and company operated model, they're also de-risking their franchisees on one side and also ensuring that the last mile experience of their customer whom they're already servicing through the MBOs or point of sales they have and also through their portal is kept intact. And they're bringing their own involvement in terms of day-to-day operations at the store level. Including the entire inventory management, which is done by the company. Now, the model, whether that's a franchisee and company operated or a franchisee and franchisee operated, typically or broadly, I would say remains the same. Where if I look at the overall capex and the area requirement can be 350 square feet to 500 square feet of space, 500 in case of franchisee and company operated, as the company would want to open comparatively bigger outlet in order to have all their SKUs and I would say the entire offering kept at that outlet. So overall investment is about 10 odd lakhs, which includes 8 lakhs of your basic interior investment racking, and 2 lakhs is the franchise fees. And if we can reconfirm that, Manojji, so because I saw a component of 8 lakhs and 2 lakhs. So is this 8 lakhs for interiors and in addition 2 lakhs for franchise fees, or 8 lakh includes the investment on the 2 lakh franchise fees?
It's at 8 lakh rupees is the initial setup cost plus 2 lakh rupees franchisee fees, that's total of 10 lakhs.
Okay, so this becomes, friends, a 10 lakh of initial investment. Apart from that, there's a working capital which the company would need because the stock needs to be placed in the outlet. There would also be inventory management, rotation of stock. So there's a refundable security deposit of 10 lakhs, which is over and above the initial investment that goes in. So including your working capital of 10 lakhs and the capex franchise fees, this becomes about 20 odd lakhs of investment at the initial level. Now, what you get against this investment is two kind of returns where refundable security deposit has been segregated, and also the minimum guarantee which has been kept is based on the initial investment that you would do. So the inventory deposit of 10 lakhs would accrue 6% of your interest, and this would be refunded back at the end of the tenure, which is 5 years time. And during that tenure, you continue to get 6% of your interest on the deposit amount. The second is a minimum guarantee clause, which they have added for a franchisee-owned company-operated model. So 15% minimum guarantee is on the initial 10 lakhs of investment. So they have categorized into two. One is refundable 10 lakhs and the other is the capex franchise fees 10 lakhs. So you get a minimum guarantee of 15% on the 10 lakhs. So you can confirm me if there's a change on that. So this 10 lakhs, 15% would become about 1.5 lakhs is the annual minimum guarantee which a partner would receive. Now, apart from this, they've also kept a provision of revenue share. The revenue share is primarily given on the overall sales which the outlet would do. What we are seeing from the projections available with us, they are projecting an average sale of about 4.4 to about 4.5 lakhs. And which translates to almost about 4.5 to 5 times of stock turn in a year. So if you're looking at, say, 44 lakhs of sales or 55 lakh of sales, depending on the initial inventory, we're looking at about 4.5 to 5x of stock turn in a year. So with an average of, say, 4.5 lakh of monthly sale, your revenue share conversion, of that would be somewhere around 31 odd thousand. And a year it would translate to about 3.72 lakhs. Right? So, and yes. So this is in a nutshell the business model, and we'll also start taking some questions from Manoj now. I see some questions which are already coming from our investors. And Manoj, while we have talked about the locations we want to be in, I'll request if you can also open up your camera so that the audience can also see and communicate with you. And friends, we'll also put our email ID, our hotline number for us to get in touch with you, or you want to reach out to us in order to facilitate our calls or meetings. And I see a question from Mr. Mukesh Singh Rathod, and he's looking for an opportunity in Rajasthan. While that is not a part of the rollout that we just saw, do you think that there's a possibility for us to consider this state?
Well, thank you, Sonia. Thanks for the introduction. Well, Rajasthan is a good place, but we would like to start with Hyderabad initially. We'll definitely keep it in mind. Like once we are done with the rollout period, then we can definitely look into the Rajasthan place.
Okay. All right. And Mukesh, we're happy to come on a call. And because I don't know what location in Rajasthan are you looking at. And friends, if one of you also own any property or in some kind of complementing business, do let us know. And I also see Mr. Biju from Kerala. While distribution opportunity is not something that we are currently offering, but he's asking if there's an opportunity to become a distributor in entire Kerala.
Yeah, well, we can look into that. Not an issue.
Okay, so Durgaji, Rajamundry, like I mentioned, the company is currently present through MBOs. The entire point of sales are through retailers in AP and Telangana. And Manoj, what number of point of sales do we have in these two states?
In these states, we have around 450 plus. Yeah.
450 point of sale. So friend, they already have about 450 point of sales in these two states. While there is no exclusive outlet, and that is the offering as we speak. So Durgaji, there is no exclusive store, but yes, you will find the product in the center outlets or I would say retailers in these two states. Okay, and all right, I'll take a question, Mr. Raj Pandey. I think you asked about a brief. I think I've summarized the entire opportunity, and I hope you've taken a note of that. And I have a question from Mr. Sridhar. He's asking 6% for the inventory is for the monthly or yearly. I think this is, Sridharji, this is 6% which is annualized, but you get a payout every month. So Manoj, would you want to comment on that structure?
That's correct. That would be on a yearly basis, but we'll be playing out on monthly. Yeah.
Okay. And also MPOJ and Bhupenderji, I'll request you reach out to us and let us know what kind of opportunity are you looking at. We might also consider if you're looking at any states outside MP, outside AP Telangana, because our initial priority is the state. We can even consider maybe an area partnership in this case. But I'll request if we can speak one-to-one for that. Now, Manoj, since the entire operations are being run by you in terms, when it comes to a franchise-owned company operated format, and a lot of our, I would say, friends who are there on this webinar would also have a question. I see one coming in. So the second is, our operating costs, which is your rentals, your salaries, and other miscellaneous utility cost. So who takes care of these costs is a question. While that is explicit, but maybe coming from you would be helpful.
Mr. Ashok, would you like to jump in?
Yeah. So in terms of franchisee owned and company operated model, company is taking care of all the operations, including the rental of the property.
So the entire operating
Yeah.
expenses, friends, is done by the company. But if you're looking for a franchisee and franchisee operated model, the entire investment, including the expenses for day-to-day operations, would be handled by a franchise partner. All right. So I see some comments, friends. I don't understand, in detail. Mr. Raj Pandey, you can reach out to us for one-to-one discussion. I really don't understand what you mean by technical aspect of it. I don't understand your question. So kindly be explicit and detail that question. And another interesting question, Manoj, because every time we talk about an opportunity, we always talk about the competitive landscape, right? So who would be your nearest competition? And if you can also give some understanding about the SKUs that you would have typically, or the categories you would have in a store.
You asking about our competitors, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, we are leading in our segment, as in we worked out ourselves from the past 20 years, right?
Okay.
So we know what the customer needs. So where exactly we would like to target, as in one of the this PPT, we are at the middle segment, right?
Mhm.
We want to target in between not A, not B, but B and in between A and B. So that is where the market is having a lot of gap. So that's where we are into it, because since we have our own setup, since we have our own system over there, where we will analyze what's going around, what are the things, what are the products that are being stacked. So we'll work on back to back on this, and we will roll out the new products based upon this.
And what are the typical price points that we have? I also have a website of yours and accessing as we speak. Maybe I'll take a moment to also show your website to our friends. And maybe if you want to comment on the categories, the pricing structure that we have, you can go ahead. And if you want me to even navigate on certain tabs, do let me know. So I think these are two, we have for women, and there are two categories. And broadly, this is night suit, nightwear and loungewear as a category that we are looking at. And these are typically price points. I think I saw that at the bottom. Yeah.
See,
Anything,
our
Manoj, you want to
products,
add?
well, the products will be ranging starting from MRP, would be around 600
Okay.
to 2,899, 1,999. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we are basically into loungewear currently, right? Into maxi length nighties and the pajama sets night.
Okay.
So currently we are catering for ladies in the age of 25 to 30 to 45, 50, 55, right? So we do have very limited products who can give the best outfit or the best comfort levels to these age groups. So this is where we would like to target with our 90s products. And then if it is night suits, we are catering from the school age, starting from the age of 8 until the teenage, and as well as in 30s as well. Yeah.
And also I have a question from Mr. Lakshman Singh on our product, our best-selling or highest selling product in the categories that we offer.
Okay, would you like to know what is your best-selling product, nightwear or loungewear? It would be nighties and the two-piece or men night sets.
Yeah, here I would like to add more in terms of average price points. So average price points, as Manoj has already basically explained. So what price that we have considered for our projections? So average price we have considered 600 rupees, because our price range starts from 600 and goes up to 1,000 plus. But average price after discounts and everything, we have considered 600, and that is a very nominal price.
Right, Manochi, now because franchisee and company operated is simple, where the partner makes the investment, you take care of operations, and there's a minimum guarantee revenue share, whichever is higher goes to him. And now with respect to a franchisee owned and franchisee operated, typically, when we do promotions, when we have any kind of discounting that, which can be festival discounting or maybe our annual sales, how is that treated, and how is that sharing of discount? Is there a sharing of discount? Because that is something I'm sure the partners need more clarity on.
Yeah, well, we can look into it. Like, since that's the reason, like, where we would like to run a pilot store, and like, based upon time to time, like, we can jump in and we can do whatever it is needed. We can cater whatever that is needed in order to increase the sale point of view.
Yeah, so Manoj, I will add this something more. So the margins that we are sharing with franchisee-owned, franchisee-operated partners. So this is a fixed margin of 35%. So whatever the additional discounts offered to my end consumer will be borne by the company. So
Okay.
franchisees' margins are not affected; they are secure.
That's helpful. And friends, I see some of you have raised your hands. I'll request anyone who has any questions can put your questions in the Q&A box, and we would read that out. And we've also shared our details in the chat box. So you can reach out on a hotline number and also our email ID that I'll request Harshika to place in the chat box for you to reach out to us. And anyone who's looking at the information or looking at having a one-to-one discussion or a meeting, please do reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to maybe address any questions which might have not been answered, or to the length it is required, or to the understanding it is required. And before we close for the day, I'll also request Manojji to give maybe a closing message to all our listeners on the YouTube live and also who are attending the webinar. Manojji, over to you.
Well, thanks for the opportunity, Franchise India, for this. And for the initial phase, like, we would definitely want to expand pan India. But as the initial phase, we would like to roll out in Hyderabad for now. And whatever the inquiries that we are getting, we will definitely have a note about it. And then we will, our team will visit the place, and we will find out the best location for them. We will work out for them. Like, ultimately owning a business is not the one thing, but owning the business at the right place
Absolutely.
is what is required. So we can work with them. So, and we are open to any kind of queries. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Manojji. And friends, I'd like to reiterate, while I understand there is interest outside the locations where we're currently focusing on, so we'll be happy to speak to you to understand your strength and what you bring on the table. But like I mentioned, the company is a seasoned operator. They have been in the business of retail for very, very long, manufacturing for very, very long. And their product is already on the shelf through 450 retailers in the state of AP and Telangana, and also through their online platform. In order to make their brand equity strong, they're looking at now coming up with their exclusive brand outlet. And the initial target is the city of Hyderabad, where the company wants to control the entire customer experience at the outlet, and hence they want to take care of day-to-day operations and equally de-risk their partners with the investment they bring in, with a security deposit interest, and also through a minimum guarantee on the investment that you make, or a revenue share, whichever is higher. So please reach out to us if you're looking at also a copy of the presentation or the financials that we have worked upon. Do let us know. We'll be happy to share that with you, and subsequently arrange a call with Manojji and his team to take our discussion forward. And before I close, I'll request Harshika to kindly take over for your remarks. All right. So, Lakshmiji, we have taken a note of your comment. Thank you. I think very relevant. Hyderabad is a city we want to be in, and you mentioned you're from Hyderabad. You've also shared your contact details. So, post the call, Harshika from our team would get you connected with Mr. Manoj. We can do this call today. We'll also seek time from Manojji on his availability. Over to you, Harshika.
Thank you, Sonia ma'am. Thank you, Manojji and Ashok sir, for this wonderful presentation discussion about the brand Charak. Friends, for more details about this brand or to connect directly with the brand owners, you can reach us on our hotline number 9717683838. You can also write us on feedback@franchiseindia.in. Franchise India again brings back its iconic evening show, that is Bharat Franchise Show, starts at 7 p.m. Registration link shared over the chat box. Today we are covering the fashion retail brands like Tim Paris, Zana Gill. These are the brands that we are initiating today. To know more, you can reach us on our hotline number, or you can directly do the registration through the chat box. Tomorrow, Franchise India bring back again with a great brand, Canteen. Canteen is an authentic flavor of South Indian cuisine in your neighborhood, starting with the investment of 90 lakh rupees. To know more about this business opportunity or to do your registrations, You can reach us on our hotline number 9717683838. You can also write us on feedback@franchiseindia.in. Thank you everyone for joining today's webinar.